Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well and having a great Monday so far. Wanted to take just a few minutes and walk you through some things that I want you to keep in mind for this week because we are, as you know, wrapping up Unit 3 this week. Before I get into things about the essay that's due on Friday, I do want to just remind you of two things. One, I have graded about half, a little over half of the 3.2 discussion boards. I'm trying to get through those really quickly so that you all have feedback on your working thesis statements, in particular, as you work on the essay this week. So do know that I'll be coming back with that feedback as quick as I can. My goal is to try to get them finished up possibly today, if not today, definitely by tomorrow. All right, so just keep in mind Unit 3.2 discussion boards coming back to you quickly with feedback. Another thing I wanted to remind you of, and I wanted to just mention this, it's on the calendar. So some of you in the class right now are missing some work. It could be just one assignment or it could be multiple assignments. I am still totally willing to work with you to get caught up. Please know that. I really do want to see all of you do well. That's what I want for all of my classes. So if you are missing any work and have not been in touch with me to talk about how to get caught up on those assignments, please email me and let me know. You can email me here through the course. You can email me through my West Georgia email. And again, just let me know, let me know that you want to make up the work. We can discuss a timeline in which you can get caught up and also try to keep you on track with what's still to come for the class because we do still have assignments to go. So please do keep in mind that you can make up that work, but the very last date to do so will be April 22nd. I know that seems like a good ways away, but believe it or not, it is a month from tomorrow. So we're getting down to the end here, folks, which is kind of crazy to think. Great, but also there are things still left to do. So please make sure to keep in mind any late work or any missed work. You can absolutely make it up. Just make sure to get in touch with me and know that the 22nd is the last day that you can turn anything in. All right. So for this week, we are, of course, wrapping up Unit 3, which, again, I don't know about you, but it seems like this unit has flown by. Of course, you finished up the Unit 3.2 discussions where you did provide a working thesis statement. And one of the things I want to mention to you, you provided a thesis statement draft. That and a working thesis statement are essentially the same thing. What that boils down to is you are writing a thesis statement that really kind of helps you get started with the paper. One of the things that's very true about thesis statements is that as you write a paper, that thesis statement may evolve and change, meaning once you get beyond the introduction paragraph in the thesis statement and you get into those body paragraphs, it's entirely possible that you are going to find that your argument needs to change. And that could be because you're talking about a certain aspect of, in this case, the short story, and maybe there's something you're including that doesn't quite line up with the thesis statement. You can include it, you just have to make sure that the thesis statement itself, matches what falls in the paper itself, and of course, vice versa. So just be mindful of that, especially as you get the feedback on this particular discussion board and you're thinking to the paper itself. Now, for this particular essay, and again, this is the first formal essay you have for this class, so a lot of the things that I've mentioned in feedback, particularly about MLA style and format, you'll have to employ here because this is going to be the first major essay that you submit for the class. So for this assignment, what you're going to do is you're going to write an essay that analyzes one of the short stories. So it could be the one by Rash, Lou, or Rowan Horse. And you discuss why and how specific symbols, metaphors, irony, or characters are used to depict one of the themes. So essentially what you're doing is you're kind of taking some of the work you did in the Unit 3.2 discussion board and expanding on it. That's actually why having you do a draft thesis statement there is so appropriate and does work really well. And again, the themes can be any of the ones from Unit 1. So again, choose one short story and discuss why and how symbols, irony, metaphors, characters, again, it can be any of those or a combination, are used to depict one theme. So if you wanted to look at Ron Rash and look at certain symbols, how and why does Rash use certain symbols to depict, coming of age or to depict alienation or otherness. So that's essentially what you're going to be asked to do here. The big thing I want you to keep in mind is you want to make sure that you, let's see, where is it? Right here. You want to make sure to incorporate details and quotes from the story. And the quotes are really important. So some of you have been doing this in previous assignments, kind of here and there, and I've been giving you feedback about how to do so, making sure to provide the good proper lead-in, and doing the other things that you need to do to make that quote seamlessly fit within the context of your own writing. You're going to want to employ those skills here, and that's actually where the integrating quotations handout, which is underneath additional writing resources, is going to come in handy. Okay, so do keep in mind you need to have those quotes there. Now, they're not just there so that it proves you read the text. It's there to help support the ideas and the assertions you're making that connect, of course, from the thesis statement itself. So again, you'll want to make sure to have those in there. And of course, make sure to, once you have the quote in there, make sure to do some analysis. Make sure to follow up on that quote. Don't just put a quote in and expect the reader to understand why it's there. I may understand why it's there, but I may also understand one way that I think it could be interpreted, or one way that it could be used. I, as the reader, need to know how you are using it and how you're interpreting it, and then applying it back to the thesis statement itself. I won't go through all of these details here, but again, I do encourage you, as you're thinking about the your thesis statement and thinking about what you're going to put in your body paragraphs, do know that you can go back to the meal plan outline. It's a really great resource, especially as you're thinking through the body paragraphs. Again, make sure to integrate the quotes logically and grammatically, and use the parenthetical documentation of the in-text citations. You got to make sure those are there. For this source, it would be the author's last name and page number, if a page number is applicable. If it's not, then you just put the author's last name. I'm flexible in that regard, but there's got to be some kind of in-text citation there. And also keep in mind, along with that in-text citation, you have to have the works cited page. So if you're using rash in your essay, you got to have the rash entry for his particular short story Bad Eye. Okay, so you got to have the in-text citation and then the source in full on the works cited page. I do encourage you, and it's down here at the bottom, to use OWL at Purdue. There's also a link under additional writing resources to help with MLA style. I am going to be a bit of a stickler on this here because you've been using it in piecemeal throughout the course. This is the time to really show that you have a good handle on MLA format. Okay, so do make sure that you're following that as closely as you can. Of course, if you want to submit something to the free tutoring available in the course, you can absolutely do so. I encourage it. And of course, do make sure that you submit this by this Friday, the 25th at 11:59. And keep in mind, the length is going to be 750 to 1,000 words. So that's going to be, let's see, 3 to 4 pages, thereabout. And there is also a sample essay down here too, if you want to kind of get a sense of what the format can look like, what the structure can look like, so on and so forth. Okay, so please do make sure to go over these instructions carefully, use the resources within them. A lot of you have been doing very well with this kind of work. With all the work in the class up to this point, this is kind of where the rubber meets the road, though, because this is the first opportunity for you to produce a full-fledged essay about a text within the current unit. Okay, and also keep in mind, all the feedback I've given to you up to this point. This really is an opportunity for you to take that feedback and use it purposefully, not just on the little discussion boards and smaller assignments you've had along the way, but to really apply it here. I will, of course, accept these through Friday, and I will start grading them this weekend. So if you do get yours back pretty quickly, know that that is normal. My goal with these kinds of assignments with essays is to get them back to you in a week. It will probably take me just about a full solid week to get them back to you because I do give a lot of feedback on these essays. Okay? So I hope that this is helpful. If you have any questions for me, please do reach out. I'm available to help you throughout the week. Of course, I'm available during office hours on Friday, but you can reach me at any other time as well. Just reach out and let me know how I can help you. Again, we're in roughly the last month of the course, just about. I know that it's been a long semester. You've done a lot of work, but you've done a lot of good work. So do keep it up. And if there's anything I can do to support you or to help you in any way, please do reach out and let me know. All right. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing some great essays toward the end of this week. Thanks.